Hello everyone. I have a 2005 Jeep Grand Cherokee 3.7 liter V6. Now this car came in for AC compressor, so I replaced it, and after I was done I started up, drove it around the block, make sure the AC was cold, came back and I shut it off, and I'd check a few things, make sure everything's good. Went back in the car and started back up, and it acted like it didn't want to start, but then it started, but then it had a misfire. So that was kind of strange. It just ran perfectly, no problem, a few minutes ago. So I shut it off, started back up again. It started up and still have a misfire. So it was late at night, didn't have time to troubleshoot it, call it a night, and the next day it came back out and went to start it. It didn't want to start, just crank and didn't start. So I was kind of puzzled, so I decided to do some troubleshooting. What you want to do is make sure you have spark. These are the ignition coil, and if you have a spark tester, you can take the ignition coil out, hook your spark tester to it, and crank the car over. If you have spark, the spark tester should lights on and off, flicker on and off. Well, I have that. Next I did was check the fuel pressure. Even when I sprayed starting fluid in it, it didn't start. On the passenger side, the fuel rail right here, the silver metal right here, that's the fuel rail, and this right here is where you can connect your fuel pressure to, pressure tester to. Just remove the cap. It's just straight around in there. So screw your fuel pressure tester into it. Make sure you have a piece that will push the Schrader valve down, not just a regular hole where you connect it to, and it doesn't push the Schrader valve to open it up. So make sure you have that, and crank the car over and see what the fuel pressure is. I got 55 psi of fuel pressure, which is excellent. So still wouldn't start. So the next thing I did was to check for injector pulse. So at the bottom of the fuel rail on the driver's side, it's easy to get to. This should be number 2 spark plug, because the firing order should be 1, 3, and 5 on the passenger side, and the driver's side should be 2, 4, and 6. So this is number 2, and the injector harness is right at the bottom. I disconnect it and I hook a noise light to it. Noise light, Noid. It's N-O-I-D, not noise. Noise light. It's good to have when you want to check injector pulse. So I plugged it in, cranked the car over, and I have injector pulse. Still wouldn't start. So I got fuel pressure, I got spark, I got injector pulse. What else could it be? So I decided to take my key fob to the lockman and have them check it out. And they said the key is transmitting. So it can't be the the key fob. So the last thing I checked was the spark plug. I pulled out all 6 spark plugs. I should have known to check that first. So I'm going to show you the spark plug. All 6 spark plugs are worn out. Look at the gap. It's way too high. Too wide. I'm sorry, too wide. And look at that. This is all black. That's probably running too rich right there. See the gray color? This one sparking okay, but all of these spark plugs gap was way over 0.040. That's what it called for. If you look at the sticker underneath the hood, it said right there, spark plug. Then they have the number for the spark plug. That is NGK numbers. So you want to get NGK and make sure you have that number. Should be ZRGF or 6F-11G, and the gap is .040. But it already comes pre-gap, so you don't need to gap it. So I put it in, and lo and behold, it started right up. But since it has so much fuel in it, for me try to crank it over and over, the smoke came out tailpipe. So it was trying to get rid of all the fuels inside the engine. So that's what happened when you got a bad spark plug or foul spark plug. You can get a misfire, or you can get no start at all. It might run fine, but all of a sudden it just won't start. So you have that problem. If you have fuse spark, injector pulse, check your spark plug. And it should have been an easy check, but I didn't think of it to check the spark plug, because I thought the owner have changed the spark plug, or maintain the car. So, but he bought it from another customer which wanted to get rid of it, and from the look of it, they never changed spark plugs. So, and this car have over 100,000 miles. So, but I'm glad I found the problem, and I want to share with all the people that work on cars, and I really appreciate all the one that made a video to help me out along the way, because I don't work on every cars. I work on buses. I just do this on the weekend to help people out so that they don't get ripped off by the shop. And I like to know how to work on every cars. It makes me a better mechanic, so I'm not afraid to work on any type of car. That's how I learn. Just keep working on it. And thanks again for all the people that helped me out along the way on YouTube video. And that's why I made the video, to help people out, to give back to the people that have helped me. So I hope this will solve your problem. If you have a crank and no start situation, this is a 2005 Jeep Grand Cherokee, crank but no start. Replace spark plugs, and it solved the problem. Okay, have a good day.